Have you ever watched your child have a complete meltdown, shut down, and they completely quit? And you've thought, I wonder if I'm really helping my child or if I'm teaching them to rely too much on me. If that's you, mom or grandma, you're not alone. And you're exactly why Young and Gritty exists. Hi friends, my name is Melinda Rangel. I've been an educator for over 30 years, a martial arts school owner, a mom, and now grandma. And I've helped children and young adults learn to be resilient and build their grit into young, productive, successful adults. Today, I want to start our first video of this channel, Young and Gritty, by encouraging moms to come along with us on this journey. Young and Gritty is for moms who want to raise resilient, strong, grounded kids who find their identity in the Lord. So I think it's important as we start Young and Gritty to define what is resilience and what isn't it. Because as Christian parents, our understanding of resilience isn't just psychological, it's biblical. So let's start with what is resilience? Well, in the easiest definition is it's just simply the ability to bounce back. To bounce back after something that's been hard, the ability to adapt and to overcome when life gives us challenges. Now, what does Scripture tell us about that? Well, let's go to Romans 5, 3 and 4. Scripture says, not only so, but we also glory in our sufferings, because we know that suffering produces perseverance, perseverance character, and character hope. So perseverance, character, and hope. That's resilience. Resilience isn't avoiding challenges, it's working through them. Resilience is rising again, not getting right, but getting back up. A familiar piece of scripture is Philippians 4:13 that says, I can do all things through Christ which strengthens me. Resilience isn't self-powered, it's Christ-powered. Now, what are some everyday examples? Well, if your child is frustrated with something simple, maybe tying their shoe, maybe it's in martial arts, it's the form, maybe it's the homework that they're doing. Resilience isn't perfection. It's saying in the moment, this is hard, but I can try again. That's the beginning of grit, and that's the beginning of strength. Now, what is resilience not? I want to give you 4 things today that resilience is not. And the first one is resilience is not emotional toughness. Resilience doesn't say that our kids will never cry, they'll never be discouraged, or they'll never worry about anything. They will. Even Jesus experienced emotion. One of my all-time go-to verses when I was in Bible quiz was John 11:35. And the reason was because John 11:35 is only 2 words. And so that gave me an advantage in Bible quiz. But those 2 words in John 11:35 are Jesus wept. So what does that say to us in the context of resilience? It says that Jesus showed emotion, and our children can too. Emotion is not weakness. Emotion is human. And resilience means feeling those emotions and then working through them with God's strength. Number 2, resilience is not perfection. Our kids will make mistakes. They will fall short, and they will do things wrong. But God never asked for perfection. He asked for perseverance. The scripture in Hebrews 12, verse 1 says, let us run the race, right? Run with perseverance the race that's been marked out for us. So the ability is to keep running will build our resilience muscle. It's not to run without flaw, right? Without problems, because we will have those, but just to persevere and keep moving. Number 3, perseverance is not pretending everything is fine. We often put on this mask and say, oh, just smile, or it's all okay. Don't worry about it. But the truth is, resilience is being honest with our emotions, right? Biblical resilience is truth plus courage, knowing that we can say to God, I'm struggling, and believe that God is with us in that struggle. And the 4th one's moms, and this one's probably the hardest for us, and that is resilience is not rescuing your kids from discomfort or hard times. That one's hard because we want to rescue our kids. We love them. We don't want them to hurt or have to struggle, and we want to step in and help them through that. But over-rescuing teaches them that I don't need to do this. Someone will help me. Someone will always fix it. Or I don't need to do hard things. But hard things are how we grow. Look with me at James 1 and verse 4. Scripture reads, "Let perseverance finish its work so that you may be mature and complete, not lacking anything." Well, if perseverance makes adults mature, it will also make our children mature. So resilience requires an appropriate struggle. So what does resilience look like in real life? Well, let's look at some examples. Let's take homework, for example. To be not resilient, it's to say, oh, just stop, I'll finish it for you, and mom, you take over. Resilience is pause, breathe, try it again. Maybe with your guidance, they can get through it, but not with your takeover. Now, as a second example, for us, maybe in martial arts, to not be resilient would say, I had a mistake, just completely melt down, I quit, I'm done. Instead, resilience says, let's reset, let's try that form again, even if it isn't perfect. A third example is social situations. Sometimes our kids maybe struggle with meeting others, or maybe they feel introverted. But it's not resilient to be completely isolated or to completely avoid. A better step to show resilience would be to say, I can join this group for 5 minutes. I can say hello to the first person, or I can stand near the group. It's taking that one brave step toward being included. A fourth example might be moms, and when our kids are doing their chores or their responsibilities. Maybe they spill something, so you panic and rush over and clean it up for them. No, teach our kids by saying, oops, made a mistake, it broke, clean it up, fix it, it's all right, wipe up your spill. By doing these tiny moments, you're shaping the identity that God is building in them to say, I am strong, I can grow, I don't give up, God can help me. Now, kids learn resilience through repeated experiences they discover. They will discover that things can be hard. That's part of life, and that's normal. They can discover, I can try again. And they can discover, mom and grandma and God are with me in the struggle. The model is that when we teach our kids that God is with us, they learn that they can gain their resilience and their courage by putting their strength in God. Isaiah 41:10 tells us, fear not, for I am with you. I will strengthen you and I will help you. Now, our formula in Young and Gritty is to build strong, resilient kids are 3 steps. Let's look at it biblically. Number 1, to show connection, to love first. Kids need to know I am seen, I'm heard, I'm loved. 1 John 4:8 tells us that perfect love drives out fear. And when our kids know that they are loved, then they are less fearful to try and allows them to grow. Number 2 is challenge. Help them take one small step at a time. We don't eat the elephant all at once. We eat it one bite at a time. Psalm 119:105 tells us that your word is as a lamp unto my feet, a light unto my path. So what does that say to us in this context? That a lamp shows one step at a time, not the whole journey. So let's challenge our children with one step at a time. And the third is to celebrate. To celebrate the courage, not the outcome. To celebrate the fact that they tried. To celebrate the fact that they didn't give up. Don't celebrate, right, that they didn't come home with a first place medal around their neck. That's not what we're celebrating, is the trophy. We're celebrating the growth that they have inside of them. Zechariah 4:10 tells us, do not despise these small beginnings, right? Even small steps are strong steps that we should celebrate with our kids. So Friend, your child does not need a perfect parent. What they need is a faith-filled, present, calm parent. A mom or grandma who is willing to let them fail, to try again, and to learn to depend on God's strength. So thanks for joining me in this first issue of Young and Gritty. If you found value in today's video, I hope that you'll hit the like button and subscribe, and maybe share with a friend who is also wanting to raise their children to be strong, resilient kids. Come back, let's follow along together and learn to raise kids that say, I can do hard things. See you next time.